Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Welcome back, yo. Everybody, shit, hold up. Everybody can hear me good? Let me know in the comments, man. What's going on? Who in here right now? We got 11 in here. What's going on, Britt? What's going on, MRB 2019? Welcome back to Meet Me on the 50, man. Another Director's Corner interview kind of thing we gonna do tonight, man. We got Professor P.J. Howard from Stillman College, Director of Bands. He will be tuning in about 5 minutes. They actually had an event tonight. I think it's a basketball game, he was telling me on the phone. So, everything good. All right, cool. So yeah, he's gonna be tuned in shortly. So we gonna kick it off now, and then we gonna give him a call. And we gonna get started on this thing, man. If you haven't been following Stillman College Band for this past season, man, you've been living under a rock. I don't know what to tell you, but if you haven't, make sure you YouTube all their footage and check them out. I'm gonna show a little bit tonight during the interview. We're going to get into a couple of spicy events that happened this past season with dealing with Stillman and a few other bands. So we're gonna get PJ Howard's take on how a lot of these battles went down and what he thought about some of these matchups that Stillman had with various bands across the HBCU platform. All right. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the red button, the subscribe button. Make sure you have shared this out on all your social media platforms. And yeah, you see at the bottom of the screen, I'm mentioning the Band Bowl 2, which is getting started back up shortly. We're going to have, if you missed Band Bowl 1, make sure you, I'll link it somewhere up top. You'll be able to click it after this thing is aired, but it'll show you all the Band Bowl battles that we did last year. Southern University ended up winning that tournament, man. So we're going to run this tournament back. It's going to be 16, well, not new bands, but it's going to be some of the same bands from last year and a couple new ones. You may see the band that you may see Stillman College in that tournament. I'm not sure yet. What y'all think? Should Stillman be in the Band Bowl this year? Let me know. So yeah, January 24th, I will be announcing the names of the bands that will be participating in Band Bowl 2. All right. What else? Yeah, a lot of y'all been asking me about the Meet Me on the 50 merch, shirts, hats, and all that stuff. This is not a Meet Me on the 50 hat right here, but it's a brand that I'm working with folks over at HBCU Veteran. I think it's dope. I mean, it's got a real nostalgic look to it. It's got all the little ribbons and all that, looking like more of a military kind of vibe. But it's talking about HBCU veterans, man. So, yeah, I'm putting my Meet Me on the 50 spin on this. So look for a collaboration between us and folks over at HBCU Veteran. All right, more to come on that. Yeah, so what y'all think so far, man? I mean, y'all been rocking with us with Meet Me on the 50 for like the last 2 years. What do y'all want to see more of? Let me get rid of this little here. We getting started soon. Little thing right here because we already started. Boom. Gone. All right. What time is it? 10 after. We going to give PJ Howard about 2 more minutes. We're going to give him a call. If y'all want to ask any questions, please do not hesitate to submit them in the comment sections along with a super chat. Because I do want to get your comments and questions over to Mr. Howard so that he can answer them for you. Other than that, man, we're going to go ahead and get started. In about 2 minutes, I'm going to give him a call on Skype, and we're going to get this interview underway. All right? Oh, speaking of which, we're not speaking of which, but if y'all are on a furlough and you work for several agencies, look for a letter because we going back to work, y'all. The furlough is on its way out the door. I got a letter saying we going back to work Tuesday. I work for the State Department, so if you haven't heard nothing yet, expect something to come out next week, maybe the end of this week. They're finally going to end this thing, man. I don't even know if I should be telling y'all this already. It may be kind of exclusive. I don't know, but just look for this little furlough to be ending real soon. What's up, Marcus? All right. Let's go ahead and give PJ Howard a call. Let's get this thing started. Meet Me on the 50.
brother. Hello? Hello? You hear me? Yeah, I hear you well.
Okay, good, good, good. So we got audio. We don't have a video. All right.
Yeah,
Would you hit the video button just now?
yeah.
All right, you hit the video. All right. I tell you what. If it's just gonna be audio, I'm gonna call you on the. You know what? Let's run it like this, man. Let's go ahead and run it like this. I want to have you on a video, bro.
Man, I want to be in the video too, man. Got my pride hat on today.
Hey, hang up. Let me call you. Let me call you, PJ.
Okay.
All right. Hey, you there, PJ?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, yeah. For whatever reason, man, it's not letting me see your video. It's giving me your audio.
Let me see.
There it
How
is.
about
There it is. There it is. You did something just now, bro.
yeah, can you see me well?
I see you, bro. I see you. All right, so let's go ahead and run it. Let's go ahead and run it that way. Stay
I'm
this
too
way.
dark over here.
Don't hit. Hey, look. Don't hit no buttons, man. Don't hit no buttons. Be good like that.
I got you, man.
All right, here we go. Hey, y'all, we got on the phone Mr. PJ, Professor PJ Howard from the Stillman College. He's director of bands of all bands. Or just, is the marching band or all bands? PJ.
Man, all the bands we got, bro. Brass band, jazz band, wind ensemble, symphonic, and also marching.
All right, cool. Then there we go. So, this man is a busy man. He's already he has an event tonight, so he stepped away from his event just to get on the phone with us, man. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Most definitely, man. I appreciate the opportunity to interview the great meet me on the 50,
Yes,
man.
yes,
So,
sir, yes, sir, man. So let's go ahead and get it.
blessings.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Cause I don't want to keep you away from the band too long, but we're gonna try to get through some of these questions and just chop it up a little bit. So where you from?
Man, I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. Raised in Montgomery and New Orleans, Montgomery, Alabama, New Orleans, Louisiana, to and fro. But honestly, man, I'm from everywhere, so it's like every I've lived a lot of places, basically what I'm saying, and so
And that's a good thing, in my opinion, because it
that's
allows you to
a lot.
see other cultures and stuff, though. So you like a Renaissance man culturally, though. It seems like.
And then I just moved around a lot, man, and experienced a lot of things, and a lot of people. And I guess you can call me a whole gumbo. I'm a mixture of a lot of different places and philosophies and traditions and so on and so forth, man. So,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So you obviously a musician. So what horn? What's your main horn?
man, the love of my life is the sousaphone. I actually learned to play the sousaphone from a guy, a band director in New Orleans. His name is Mr. Lawrence Rollins. I'm sorry, Wilbur Rawlins, and his brother named Lawrence. I'm sorry, but Wilbur Rawlins, he's a awesome sousaphone player himself. A graduate of Southern University, and I also had I had the luxury of learning from the late great Charles Cooper Jr., who was the director of bands in Sidney Lanier High School in Montgomery, Alabama. And he kind of took me the rest of the way, man. My parents went through a divorce and stuff, so you know how that go. You had to move around, and my father is from Louisiana. My mom is actually from Atlanta, but my grandmother lived in Montgomery, Alabama, so that's how I ended up being around there like that. So, but it
Yeah.
was a marvelous situation, man. Again, I got some. My graduating class from civil engineer. All of those, most of my friends went on to be awesome band directors, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just like our high school band director. And I got a classmate that's band director at Jefferson Davis High School down in Montgomery, and they it's something else. Got another classmate that's awesome band director at Bessemer City, named Michael Parks, and all of us just kind of did our thing, man, and we had an awesome teacher. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's all.
man,
That's good, man. So, I mean, I'll tell you what. Before we get into more personal questions, let's go ahead and switch it up a little. We're gonna switch gears a little bit, man. This past season, Stillman College has made a lot of waves. I'd say, man. Would you agree?
I hope so. I try to. I'm still in the crab phase in my mind, man. So I got my head down a lot. I hear what people say,
Yeah.
but when I look at my band, I listen to my band. Um, the thing I will say is actually we practice better than we perform in person. So if you like what you see at these shows, you might want to come check us out at one of these practices.
Yeah, yeah. So what I did was I queued up some of the clips from this season. I don't know if you
Okay.
have do you have another device that you can watch it on, or you only have that one phone you on right now?
Yeah, I just got this one phone, man. Actually, I was stuck in traffic when we first initiated this
Oh,
call
dang.
at my car.
So you won't be able to see the video, but what I was gonna do was post some of the footage from the Stillman versus Talladega battle, and
Yeah,
we can get into afterwards. We can get into your mindset and how you approached it and things like that. All right.
yeah. I mean, I'm very aware.
All right.
If I hear it, I'll be in the moment with you.
All right.
So it's the same thing.
All right. All right. Hold on one second, PJ.
All right.
All right. All right, y'all. So we're going to play a little bit from the Talladega versus Stillman battle right here. Now, listen to this band right here. You won't expect the sound coming out of this band right here, but here you go. If you've never seen it before, check it out. Hey, they was talking big stuff too, PJ. Hey, the commentator was talking big noise, man. So that was just a clip of could you hear it a little bit?
I couldn't. What were they playing?
So I just started out with when Talladega was on the field coming into the stands and y'all crunk up net.
Yeah.
All right, so we saw you was real enthused, man, down there conducting. So what was going on through your mind in that moment right there?
Damn, they loud.
That was going on through your mind. What, your band? Yeah, did they turn up the volume? You think, or that's kind of how they always put out?
Well, man, in Talladega, first of all, I'd like to say this. I can't really speak on how others feel about Talladega College. I want to be clear right now. Talladega College is which is unarguable, one of the most successful college bands in all of HBCU. Whether you have some people like Coke, some of them like Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll argue with you all day about which tastes the best.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm here to say is that me personally, I know, what the Tornado is and what they are. And Talladega College is a great band program. In less than 6-7 years, they've graduated over 100 musicians from their band program.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I know is because I was there for 6 years. I know what the achievements are. They're also one of the only bands that debuted at over 150 members.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we dial back, if you know your band history, one of the bands that we all were measured by was the marching 100.
Mm-hmm.
And just in the title alone, it lets you know, if you know the history of that band, you know, and I think it was 1946, if I'm not mistaken, that the first band it wasn't exactly 100 people. It was in the 90s though, but they were the first band of their kind to do that.
Yeah.
So, not to compare the two, but just to say that, achievements are achievements. And, at Talladega, that first year, 2012, they most definitely, they've just been magical. They've just been magical since the inception of that band program. And when they got out there, it was a lot of, the emotions were running high because, Mr. Bonds was one of my mentors. So it was almost, for me, it was one of those, Daniel's son versus Mr. Miyagi type of deal.
Yeah. Y'all showed up though, man. Man. Y'all surprised me, man. I had heard a little bit of y'all last year, and
Yeah.
but like that performance started out the season real strong, man. And I want to say the rest of the season y'all didn't disappoint.
Yeah, but they played Get On My Level. And it was a surprise, man, because I didn't know they were going to turn toward the band and do that. But I kind of expected Mr. Bonds. He always going to have some up his sleeve. His band director style was kind of sort of like the one Les Miles had. They called Les Miles the Mad Hatter
Yeah.
because he keeps tricks up his sleeve.
Uh-huh.
But I knew that it was going to be something similar. But the thing about my band that prized me the most is they respect everybody, but they just don't care about whatever the name of your institution is or whatever your legacy or history or your track record is. They come to compete.
But I tell you what though,
They're fearless, and
I tell you what, man. So it's not even about the size because what I notice about Stillman is that every one of y'all players are players, man. It's nobody is holding a horn. I don't know if you remember a band, a group that was put together. I want to say in the 80s or 90s. It was Southern University's 48 Posse. Have you heard of that band?
Indeed,
All right.
everybody from Louisiana is aware of that band.
Right, so I'm not sure. You may know more about the reason behind or why they shrunk so much. I heard it's because the director zipped a lot of people that season. But the point is, they were a 48 man band putting out sound that didn't sound like a 48 man band, and that all comes from because it's not easy to just play loud, man. That's one thing people have a misconception about is that you pick up a horn and you put out sound. You gotta put out quality sound, and that's one thing that I noticed y'all do. Y'all put out quality sound, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a lot of peers who are exceptional band directors. I got mentors who are exceptional band directors, and we have transparent relationships. So if my stuff ain't right, they're gonna tell me. I got some great musicians that I went to school with. At all of the schools that I attended, and we expect a lot from each other.
Yeah.
So I knew that all summer I focused on tone and articulation and all those out in words, that raises or cheapens the quality of a band sound. My biggest aim is to put out a product that sounds like it had already been there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know, when I first restarted this band program in 2017, I didn't get hired to the first week of school.
You didn't get what? I missed the last part. You didn't get what?
I didn't get hired until the first week of school.
Oh wow.
School started in August. I got hired August the 1st.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was deep, and I only inherited 4 band members from the last band director, and one of them was a graduating senior. The other 2, one was a mellophone player, and a snare drummer and a cymbal player. That was it.
And I tell you what, I mean that's an attestament to people or the kids having a belief in you, man. And I think that's one thing that that's a practice and that's a belief system that a lot of directors I want to say understand, because it's not about the legacy of what you have as a band. It's about the person that's leading that group. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of bands who have strong traditions, but new leadership has come in, and it's, and they don't have as strong as a following, man. So I would say if you started out with 4 people and you ended up with the group that you had this season, man, you did something right, and they believe in you. That's what it seems like.
Man, I appreciate that. I've been around for a while, man. It's like my 14th, 15th year on the college band staff.
Yeah,
As an arranger or assistant or an associate or whatever, man. This I've been
yeah.
around for a while. I've been doing this ever since the age of 19. I actually started here at Stillman. Was part of one of the first bands and one of the first arrangers for the first band
Mm-hmm.
back in 2001. So, well, under the late great Dr. Thomas E. Lau, who's also the creator of the Alabama State University Miracle Band, Mighty Marching Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I had some great
Some,
contributors, man, to whoever it is that people think I am or whatever. I can't give all the credit to myself. I just had an awesome upbringing.
yeah. So let me ask you this though. So Stillman is a band from Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right?
Yeah,
So
man, we
it,
three blocks away from the University of Alabama. Yeah.
yeah. So with a band culture as strong and as prevalent, meaning in Alabama, it's so many schools and so many programs. How do you I don't know, like, how do you set Stillman College apart from the pack, man? Because it seems like that would be the biggest challenge right now, seeing that it's so many
Well,
bands.
you have to do the impossible, man. You have to believe in your vision. Like, some of us was born to do certain things. And I think band directing is one of those things that I was born to do, because um, when I first started band directing, I was actually a business major. When
Mm-hmm.
I was at Miles College, I had no desire to major in music.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make money.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I became a business major, man,
Yeah,
and that's kind of how that went.
yeah.
And to make a long story short, um, to make a long story short, um, that's what I decided to do. And I met Dr. Lau,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, man, you kind of need to stop playing with yourself. You're good at this stuff. So you're either gonna be a preacher or you're gonna be a band director. And unfortunately, you curse too much to be a preacher.
Man, it's about the intent, man. Don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
but that's my buddy.
so I mean, but that's a good segue into the next question though. So you mentioned that you were a business major.
Yeah.
Um, what is it? Okay, so just to change gears a little bit. I mean, this is band. It's not really band related, but it's a college question. So
Okay.
when when we go to college, man, we there for 4 or 5 years, however long that may be.
Mm,
And the intent is to walk away with a degree saying that I am proficient in X, whatever it is that your major is, right?
mm,
In my opinion, I think college prepares kids to work for a living, but it
mm.
doesn't do as good of a job in showing you how to be financially independent, how to chase
Yeah.
entrepreneurship. I'll attest to the fact that I'm a government employee, 9 to 5. Last month, I've been sitting on my butt on the couch because of Donald Trump wanting to do this government shutdown, right? So,
Indeed.
so what would you say? I guess to the aspiring entrepreneur in college, okay. So here's the question. So if you're going to graduate from college, which you should, what
Mm.
should they also take away, or what should they also seek as far as business practices or entrepreneurial education? How would you value business classes while you were there, and how would you speak to the music education major that's also walking away with no business sense? What would you tell them
Um,
about the real world?
what I would say, the first thing you should do while you're in college, while you're broke, is bask in the glory of being broke. When you're broke, you're usually honest.
Uh huh.
and you're usually sincere, because you don't have a lot of the luxuries that others have. When I showed up to Miles College, man, I didn't even have luggage, man. I had my clothes in a inside of a comforter bag, or like a king size comforter bag.
Mm-hmm.
We showed up from New Orleans on like two charter buses, man, and not many of us had anything, but we had each other, so we had so much.
Yeah.
So if I had to say anything while you're in college and what before the money and stuff and the fame and the desires invade your mind and we stop being people,
Mm-hmm.
you got to form some organic relationships with each other.
Mm-hmm.
If I could do it again, I would take all 100 of these guys that came from New Orleans with me, and we'd have put our money together and we'd be wealthy already. But together, um, get with you a group of people who are headed in the same direction, man, and hold on to them for dear life.
Yeah.
Stay transparent with each other. Make sure that everything's put out there in front where everybody can see, and just be honest. And like, cause me personally, I have a KK side brother. He's a Birmingham police officer. I hustled up some money and got me a car, man. I can't even afford to put gas in it.
Yeah.
But I traded him my car. It's gonna sound stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out. Remember, I told you I brought my belongings in a comforter bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got a job at Frito Lay overnight, and he didn't have a way to work. So I cut a deal with him. I said, "Look, I'll give you my car for free, versus paying me every night to borrow my car. I give you my car for free. I just need you to bring me back the potato chips, the ones y'all throw away, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And in college, there's a lot of weed going on. We just put that out there. And
Yeah.
I thought, even though me personally, it's just never been one of my things of choice to participate in.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would do is on that college campus, there was no late night snacks, and not many people had cars. So I invested in. Um, I traded the usage of my car for the chips that maybe they're fresh, but maybe they stamped the wrong price on them. They would just throw them away.
Yeah.
And he would bring me trash bags of chips, even stuff that hadn't even hit the retail stores yet. And I took that same comforter bag that I brought my clothes in, and that was my display case. And since it had a handle on it, that made me have a portable display case. So I would wait till certain times of the evening, and I would walk around the yard selling chips. I mean,
Hustle.
I got them for free. Believe it or not, man, I started off selling chips. I was making like $150 a week.
Mm.
I got my clientele up. I went from like 150 to maybe like 225 a week. From $0.
Wow.
And I invested in a Sam's membership, and I kind of extended my menu. After that, I started selling juice and big Texas cinnamon rolls and buying those big variety boxes of chips.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, started getting consistent. I invested in two George Foreman grills, and I was selling burgers for the late nights. And when I looked up, man, I started off like 150 a week. I was making like $700 a week.
Good gracious.
Yeah, and no overhead. The electricity is free in your dorm. Um, and but I
Mm.
just kept it simple. And when I got ready to leave Miles, I sold my store to my roommate, and later it crashed because he kept spending the money versus investing in the little operation.
Man,
But
and I tell you what. So I've always believed in the Dodge. You either gonna sink or you gonna swim. It's no in between. You get thrown in the ocean, you gonna sink or you gonna swim, man. So I see the grind, man. I respect that. Um, wow, man. So you sold the business, you said, right?
yeah, I sold it before I left. Before I left Miles, I sold it to my roommate because when I would be away at band practice, he was always honest, and I really just wanted to put him on. And that's another thing that I do till this day. I share the wealth.
Yeah.
I don't just uh, do everything for me and keep it to myself. I even tell my students. That's one part of my lesson plan. Is I tell my students how to turn yourself into a business because you can't depend on the country. Just like right now is a perfect example. And I had a student remind me of that today. Like, Prof, you've been preaching about this. I said, well, man, if you ain't in control of this country, recognize that, but be in control of yourself.
There you go.
I mean, because if you ain't in control of your own fate, man, I hate to say this, but for somewhat you're a slave. You know what I mean? If you waiting on somebody to pay you, you're gonna be a sitting duck, man.
I tell you what, man, and being like I said, a government employee, that's opened my eyes up. I've always known exactly what you said, but I think what it is, you get comfortable in a way of life, in a certain way of life, and that
Yeah.
becomes your norm, and then all of a sudden that norm is taken away from you. Then you're like, oh damn. Now you sinking or swimming, but now you underwater and you trying to get back afloat. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Exactly.
and that should never be the case, man. So, absolutely, man. Donald Trump, we got about 2 more years in him, hopefully. Who knows
We got
what?
that long?
I look, shit. I think you're right. When he get elected? 2 years ago?
Man, I don't remember. I think maybe I was either asleep or inebriated from drinking. Or
And you touched on Greek life briefly, man. So, what organizations are you part of?
man, I'm a proud member of Kappa Kappa Psi Fraternity Incorporated,
Okay,
uh,
okay,
National Honorary Bandsman. I am also a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi
okay.
Fraternity, and I had the liberty to become members of both of those by being a student at Miles College. Shout out to the Kappa Kappa chapter of Kappa Kappa Psi,
Hmm.
and also the Delta Tau chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi, um, hosted on the campus of Miles College.
So, how were you able to balance just Greek life, man? Being a Greek takes a lot of time and effort, man. So it's like, how are you able to balance it too?
Um, Almost flunked out of school.
Okay.
No, I had a my band director at the time. The guy worked for Professor Arthur Means, who is the creator of the Purple Marching Machine at Miles College. Uh, he was a great mentor. He understood, and he had great student leadership at the time. The guys who ran the fraternity, Cedric Freeman, Willie Snipes, who was the current director of bands at Miles College, those guys were exceptional on the student level,
Hmm.
and they knew exactly how a fraternity was supposed to be run, and they just did an awesome job with the membership education, and they were current band members and active band members at the same time. So they actually showed me how to compromise and balance things um, through their own, through their own, action, through their own example.
Yeah.
But both of them were section leaders. Willie Snipes and I, we were on the band staff when I got there. Before he was a student arranger before I got there, and he kind of his arrangements were kind of the ones who actually started showcasing Miles' potential. And when I got there, we were a dynamic duo, like tag team brothers,
Hmm.
like wrestling, WWE. I mean,
Yeah.
and it worked well, man. And that guy he's just a phenomenal, he's a phenomenal band director because he was a phenomenal student.
Yeah.
But Mr. Professor Arthur Means, he was a stand-up band director. He taught us how to be professional. He demanded that we be professional. A lot of times we couldn't fraternize with the rest of the band members. There's a lot of stuff we couldn't do. He prepared us for the next level.
Mm.
And we finally got these positions, they kind of felt natural.
Yeah. Um. Well, shoot, you know what? We didn't talk all this time, and I think I got where you taught at. But where'd you march at? Where'd you go to school?
Man, I went to Alabama State. Was a student at Alabama State. I ain't gonna tell you what year because I'm old.
Yeah.
1999. I crabbed at Bama State.
Uh.
I went to after that. I left. I went to. This is embarrassing, man. I went to Southern for a year.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I flunked out.
Yeah.
I, I met this girl and ended up going to FAMU. And I ended up at. I talked to. I met Mr. Means through a friend of mine. He was saying, he was talking to Mr. Means about my music. He's like, I know this guy that writes arrangements really well, and I want you to hear his stuff. And next thing you know, I went home to New Orleans and gathered up like it had to be. It was two charter buses of us, so I guess 57 passenger buses, and we showed up at Miles, man, and that's kind of how a lot of the magic started. But actually, I was at Stillman in 2001. I was here, and I just couldn't commit to school because I was sick of being broke.
Yeah.
And Dr. Lau, and that's another challenge that students face now that prevents them from going the distance is lack of
Resource.
support from home,
Mm-hmm.
lack of stability mentally and emotionally. You're sitting in class next to a girl you like, but she done seen you wear this outfit 3 times this week already.
That's real.
That's something I endured, but we don't pay attention to that, but it's very important that we do. And I was one of those students. I didn't have much. And I'm kind of glad it started off that way because it made me appreciate relationships with people again,
Mm-hmm.
and also it forced me to want to go get it by the strength of my own hand, and it made me stay honest to people because I didn't want to. I was afraid to lose anybody because I couldn't afford to.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yes. I mean that's probably one of the most understated points right there. I mean, you don't value most. You don't value much if you always had much. You know what I'm saying? I come from very similar backgrounds, and
yeah,
it's a humbling thing, man. It's like to work for something on your own and get it, and be able to look back and say, wow, it's a blessing. God had my back, but He also gave me the grind. He gave me the hustle to get that, man. So I respect that completely.
yeah.
Hey, so what's in store? What's in store next for Stillman, man? 2019's here. We in January. What you got lined up? I know you don't want to give us all the details. You want to keep it under wraps a little bit, but what you got
Well,
lined up?
well, man, what we got going on right now? We got wind ensemble and jazz band. Not really jazz band. We do brass band here. Um, Teaching kids how to improv.
Mm-hmm.
Working on their improvisational skills,
Mm-hmm.
improv skills, and
Hey,
you know,
hold on, PJ. Let me see the hat. Let me see. Yo, look at this hat that's on this P R. Yeah, look. If you don't know Greek letters, let me read it for you. So we got P, we got the R, we got the I, we got the D for Delta, and we got E. Spell it out. What y'all see right there, y'all? That's that pride, man. That's the name of the band, right?
most definitely the pride of the South.
All right,
There are
so
many prides, but there only one like this.
all right, so we need to send our cash app to where and to who so we can get one of these.
Man, you can just hit me up in my inbox and give me. It's a snapback, so I don't need your size.
Yeah, that joint is
Uh,
fire, man. What's on the side of it?
it's the same thing. They messed it up. They was actually supposed to put a S and a C over there overlapping.
Yeah,
So I've been real big with branding. We have uh, our own color
yeah,
blue that we patented, and we getting it trademarked and licensed.
yeah.
Um, and we're actually going to dip our instruments in this color.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
so you'll see us. It's supposed to be a secret, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You'll see our new sousaphones that we're getting made.
Yeah.
They're gonna have Stillman blue on the most of the body, and the back of the bell and front of the bell is gonna be gold.
Woo. Okay, and that's gonna be showcased this coming fall.
Yeah, this coming fall, so we'll have about 24 of those. So
24 sousaphones.
yeah, man, I got more sousaphone recruits than I have.
And y'all hear? Hey, look, that was a humble brag right there. Look, what he just said is that you gonna see a lot more Stillman coming fall, man. Y'all deserve it, bro. Y'all deserve it completely.
They were
Um,
working hard, man. I just coming from us, you see more arrangements from my students, man. Uh, I understand that the most dynamic band programs are those who are student led programs that have outstanding students, and and that's very important for infrastructure of a elite band program. And me personally, I want to develop them and their arranging abilities. Because arranging is one of the loves of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And making them understand relationship and concept and sweet spots and instruments and how to make a horn. If it sounds edgy, to have it sound edgy on purpose. Some people play to the edge of the horns because they think this how it's supposed to sound.
Yeah.
Just understanding cause and effect and relationship and respect, and that's what arranging is. It's science and math and
Well, let me ask you this then, PJ, because you obviously know music theory, you know the science of music. So the
yeah.
teaching that you give your kids throughout the year, fall, spring. Once you hit summertime, I'm sure you've heard of all star and alumni bands, right?
Yeah.
So what is your take on all star alumni bands? Do you encourage it? Does it derail the teachings that you've taught, and they come back with these lessons these teachings that you now have to redo because of the summer band? What's your take on summer bands and all star and all these summer bands and stuff?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
All right.
That um, it's almost like when you raise your child the right way.
Mm-hmm.
If they go out there and do wrong, that's because that's what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think all star bands are great. It's an intramural sport, and I think that we should support them. You can't be afraid of your student going out there and not abiding by your musical formula. I mean, that just comes with music discipline. If I'm a member of the Pride, then I'm supposed to be a member of the Pride mentally everywhere I go
Mm.
because the plan, just like when we're kids, the plan that we learned at home should have been the master plan. But
Mm-hmm.
when we went out to school, whatever our friends was doing, it shouldn't have mattered because I've already been raised at home.
That's a good way
So,
to look at it.
I feel like what I teach them in my band room is far more superior and more captivating than anything or any other concept that they could, somebody else could teach them, whether not just All Star Band, but any other college director as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into another clip real quick, man. So y'all had a battle of bands. It was Coahoma, it was y'all, Stillman, in Mississippi Valley.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a clip, and this is when Mississippi Valley they were marching into the venue, man. Um, I'm gonna play it real quick, and I'm gonna get into the mindset and just the energy that was put into that moment, man. So 1 second, let me go ahead and play that real quick. Hey, y'all, check this out. This is Mississippi Valley marching into the venue right here.
Hey.
Everybody playing their horn. Everybody playing their horn. All right. Hey, look, y'all want to watch the rest of that on your own time? Feel free. But that was a moment right there, man. So tell me a little bit about that. What was the mindset behind all that aggression?
Well, man, we come from the sector of HBCU bandware. You ever seen the movie ATL?
I have, yeah.
You remember when T.I. little brother was trying to get Big Boy to give him a job,
Yeah.
selling farm?
Yeah.
You remember what Big Boy told him?
Vaguely. What did he say?
He said it's grown man business.
I remember that. Yeah.
All right, Alabama band, the grown man business, bro.
So you were introducing the Mississippi band, saying, "Look, this is how we do here."
I'm from New Orleans, so in my mind, I'm like, welcome to the know you. Everybody's like, oh, it's a swag school, and that's their um, signature entrance. I just want y'all to know why am I supposed to care what their signature entrance is?
They
I mean,
can't.
I was-
They came in with Devil's Gun, yeah, and that's their signature.
I
And
don't know the name of
but
that
y'all,
song.
but y'all wasn't. Look.
I never heard of it.
Oh my goodness, man!
But
That was the highlight right there, bro.
no, it was fun though. I'm just kidding. But yeah, they have a lovely band program, and it's just for us. Like I told you, no matter who it is, man, no matter what the band name is, I mean, we treat everybody the same way.
Mm-hmm.
We have a reputation to establish at the same time, so we just care about our reputation a little more than we care about another band's. So we have to do what we have to do to put ourselves in front. We don't take a back seat to another band because they've been here longer,
Mm-hmm.
because they, work in a different conference or what have you. We here to showcase our talents. We like Floyd Mayweather. We ain't the largest boxer in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
but we're gonna have the best record and we're gonna train the hardest.
And you know who else had that same mentality at Bacchus in 2014, man. And you see where they at now,
Yeah,
Talladega. So
I was there.
you was there. What was it? Was you on the staff back then?
Yeah,
Or?
man. Me and Mr. Bond started the band at
You
Talladega
sure?
together.
Okay, so, get into that a little bit, man. How'd that begin?
Man, I was actually a corporate recruiter, so I've been recruiting all my life, so it's second nature.
Okay.
Uh, and actually, they offered me a job to start the band at Talladega in 2008 because I was still at Miles, and our registrar, Miss Crenshaw, was a alumnus of Talladega, and she said, "You know what? The president in Talladega, he ain't the president now, but they got a new president since then. But it's like they want a band over there. You got to go start the band." It's like, I love Miles. I ain't going nowhere.
Mm.
Little did I know, But I ended up at Virginia College recruiting, which I broke all of the company records doing my training.
Mm.
But a
Yeah.
year into the job, Mr. Barnes called me. He's like, "PJ, quit your job." I said, "For what?" He said, "Well, we're going to start this band at Talladega." I said, "Man, I ain't doing band no more." And he was like, look, I ain't going if you don't go. At least go on the tour with me." So I let him trick me, go on the tour. We went on the tour, and I hated everything that I saw, honestly. Uh,
In what sense? The school itself, or just the program, or what?
it, well, it wasn't no program. I'm talking about the just it was in the country.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like everything was closing at 7:30, 8 o'clock. I said, "Man, they ain't got no Chick-fil-A out here. How am I gonna live? What am I gonna eat?"
All I think about Talladega before then was the racetrack, man. I had no idea nothing else existed but the racetrack out there, honestly, man. So
Racetrack, cows, and state troopers.
yeah. That's all right,
Yeah.
right there.
But yeah, and we toured the campus, and he said, "Well, let's just give it a try." I gave it a try. Started off part time,
Yeah.
and I ended up getting a lawsuit from my job.
Wow.
So thank you, Virginia College. But yeah, I got a lawsuit from my job, and I ended up opening my car dealerships, and I worked for myself in the daytime, and in the evenings I worked with Mr. Bonds, and I made a mistake and fell in love with band again. And I started ignoring my business, paying other people to run my business just so I could spend more time with band. And
No, it wasn't a mistake, man. One thing I always preach is that we are men of purpose, man. It's like
yeah,
to find your purpose in life is probably the biggest blessing that you can have, man. You know how many people live their entire life and never knew what their purpose was here? So
Mhm.
it definitely wasn't by accident that you got back into it, man. Because that seems like your purpose, man. So
Yeah, man. I hope I pray I'm in the right place at the right time. That's my prayer, and that God continues to strengthen me and us
yeah,
to do whatever it is that we can do to not only magnify His name, but
yeah.
that of the college, and to make the alumnus proud, and actually the students who invest and participate in this program daily. And me personally, I don't really have a staff, but I do have a percussion instructor, assistant band director. He the percussion instructor. He the assistant band director. He the man,
Mm-hmm.
the everything. I can call him like, "Man, we need buses, this and that." He be like, "I got you, ball.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. I got your family." He just, when I'm stressed out, he not. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
is and he's very valuable to the organization. I'm gonna introduce y'all to him too. His name is Eddie Fraction. He's a alumnus of Pine Bluff,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, and
You said.
and uh, he's from the Memphis area. You know where they wear Jerry curls and gold teeth and call everybody man.
Hustle and flow. That's what it sounds like. Okay.
Yeah, he a lot smoother than DJ though.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have two awesome student arrangers, Janelle Johnson, and another young man who's very dynamic. His name is Christopher Hill. He was a diamond in the rough. I found him. I got lucky and ran into him and Janelle, and they make life a lot easier in terms of distributing. You know, the job load.
Yeah.
For they're exceptional. They're a little more mature than some of the mentally than some of the band members. But they are aspiring band directors, so they get a lot of on the job training. So, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah. So high school seniors, man, like where should they go? How do they find more information about Stillman? Where should they go to inquire?
Well, man, Stillman.edu. I try to route everybody to that. Um, to that web address, and also my email is ehoward um, at stillman.edu, and also you can find me at on Facebook, just PJ Howard.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
I have two pages actually. The Illuminati locked me out of the other one, so uh, PJ Howard on Facebook, the second address. So inbox me there. I'll be doing a 300 high school tour starting next week. So I probably won't get through to the first day of band camp, but next week I've been seeing at least 20 high schools. So
Right.
um,
That's
I'm
what's up.
moving about. I'm looking for the best of the best and those who desire to be the best. If you want to be in it, one thing that I think that's unique about my environment, my learning environment, is super duper intense.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just going to learn band there. You're going to learn economics. You're going to learn about responsibility. You're going to learn physics, cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you get through learning how to breathe and expel air, you'll probably be able to build a turbo. Uh, and you just learn a lot about my band program, and also I'm these kids band director. Before practice, during practice, and after practice. Anytime they need something, I should claim all of them on income tax as much money as I cash out. Because I know what it's like. I had to buy kids shoes and personal hygiene products. I just do my best not to let them go without, man, because it's tough being away from home.
That's good stuff right there, man.
Yeah.
So anybody in the comment section, you got any questions for Mr. Howard, man? Go ahead and feel free to post some questions. We'll give you a few minutes to do that. But man, I do appreciate your time getting on here. I do look
Yeah,
forward. Look
I
for.
appreciate you more, man. I want to, like I said, I want to introduce you to my staff. My One of my student rangers, I think she's a little under the weather, Janelle Johnson. She wasn't able to be here tonight. But first of all, I'd like to start off with my percussion instructor so you guys can get used to seeing his face.
All right. What's going on, bro?
How you doing, sir?
Man, good, man. Good to have you. What's your name again?
Eddie Fraction.
Eddie Fraction. Okay, and this is the percussion instructor right here, Stillman College, y'all.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
percussion instructor, assistant band director.
Good, man. Nice to meet you, man. We got to chop it up in person one day. But
Oh, for sure.
yeah. So y'all just leaving y'all had a basketball game event tonight, right?
Man, we still
Still
here.
Oh, y'all still there? Okay. Well, shoot, I'm keeping y'all away from work, man. I feel bad.
Man, this is a part of the job.
Okay then.
I want to introduce you to my we're gonna do a project. Like I'm gonna pass him the phone.
All right.
This is my one of my student arrangers right here.
What's happening, bro?
What's happening? What's going on?
Hey, man, you live, man. It's, what's your name again?
Christopher Hill.
Okay, and then man, Man, welcome to Meet Me on the 50, man. We live. We been here for about an hour. Y'all been on the back seat the whole time?
Oh no. We a little recent, dude.
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
been in the car the whole time.
got you. Like, damn, y'all been quiet as heck in the back there, man.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having us, man.
Hey, thanks for being on, man. So, how has it been? How was 2018, man? How was the season in your opinion, man? Like, what was your highlight of the season?
The highlight of the season for me, a lot of people would say the Dagger battle, but to me, the highlight of the season was kind of every other thing we had around it. To be honest, the Dagger battle was the one where we got the most exposure per se,
Mm-hmm.
but we had several other performances to where I felt like we was just on it. Like we had a battle of the bands in Aniston. It was actually the performance the day before the battle with Dagger. And it's on YouTube. People can find it on there. And we saw how awesome we did. A field show, played in the stands a little bit. We do a lot of little recruiting trips like that, just so we can get out there. And with the Dagger battle, in my head, that is the biggest one, of course, though. Define expectations, define odds, and just working to build on that.
Yeah. So speaking of battles, I asked all three of y'all, what's the plans on Mardi Gras this year, Bacchus and everything else? Y'all gonna make the trip?
We should be there Friday.
Friday. Okay.
We should be there Friday. So we ready?
Ready.
All
right. Cause
whoever come our way.
Hey,
yeah.
Whoever want it, we got it.
And that's it. That's all. You leave it at that, man. You ain't got to say no more. All right, hey fellas, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. Let me see if you got any questions in the chat room. S. Alexander asks, will Stillman be coming out to the NOLA HBCU Combine? Have y'all heard of that event going down in March?
No.
Okay. So
I haven't. I don't know if Professor Howard have. I know we'll be there February the 2nd.
Okay.
And we'll be there March the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
All right, cool. So I believe that's going to be a high school event where students will be able to audition on the spot. There'll be a lot of colleges there recruiting high school students. So it's mainly going to be New Orleans students, I believe. Alexander, post the website in the comment, and I'll share that with everybody as far as how they can get more information on that. Okay. But other than that, I see no other questions in here, man. Fellas, I appreciate it. I'll link to stillman.edu on the screen once I post this to the site, man. But other than that, y'all got any other feedback for the people?
That's it. Just be on the lookout for us. We coming to a city near you.
Got you, man. Stillman College, man. The pride. I need one of them hats, Professor. He in the car still?
Nah, he stepped out for a second.
All right. I'll mess with him later, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, bro.
Yes, sir.
You too, man.
All right, now. All right, just like that, y'all. Cool brother right there, man. Take that off. Cool brother, man. So we gonna post this up. You'll be able to watch the whole interview in its entirety after it's finished processing, man. This is we gonna keep these director corners going. Next week, I'm trying to get. Should I keep it a surprise or not? Whatever. I need y'all to be here every Thursday for the Director's Corners. We're going to have Professor Gibson from Texas Southern University. He's going to be in the building Thursday. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a live when we're going to get into a lot of the battles that went down with the Ocean of Soul this past season, and also what's coming up for this coming 2019. So make sure you're back here Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Director's Corner featuring Mr. Gibson, Director of Bands at Texas Southern. All right. If you haven't already, hit that red box. If you see at the bottom, it talks about Bambo. We will be here January 24th. It's going to be this Bambo tournament's going to be a lot liver than last year. Last year was good. I got a lot of compliments on it, a lot of props, but we're going to do a lot more bigger things this season, man. So be here January 24th, and that's going to be the announcement of all the bands that's going to participate in Bambo too. All right. Yeah. Any other comments? Leave them in the Okay. Ain't nothing else going on, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Y'all been rocking with me for all this time. We over 3K subscribers. We gonna keep growing, y'all. Till next time, I'm gonna holler at you. Meet me on the 50. And then, yeah, NOLALegacyBands.org. I'll post that in the description and on the video. All right, Alec. Talk to y'all later, man. Out.